Hey guys, what's going on today? Want to do a follow-up video from yesterday when I was comparing the VB and STI axles, and I was talking about the boost control performance turbo and X series intake that I have, which is going to be the next upgrade here for the 2023 Subaru WRX. And as you can see here, I got all the parts laid out, and like I was saying yesterday, probably won't install this until the middle or end of December. And then, like I said, I'm going to have to start all over from the beginning as far as getting a whole new flex fuel tune again from Clark Turner. And then with the also Nostrum high pressure fuel pump on the way as well, I'll install that along with the turbo. So the fueling should be good. And hopefully then Clark can really get the power and torque turned up a bit, since I have the STI drivetrain and transmission installed now. So I'm real excited once I get all this done to see where I'm going to end up with power on the car. And at this point, can't really do much more as far as upgrades unless I do, the whole engine. I am going to have to do ARP head studs though, definitely, 'cause after all this is done, I'm probably going to be close to 450 to 460 wheel horsepower. And that'll really put me in an area where it's the heads can lift pretty easy. Maybe Clark will turn down or tame down the tune a little bit to maybe help with that, but the next big thing is going to be the ARP head studs, the HKS head gaskets and all that, which is going to require having to pull the engine. I've never done anything like that before, so not sure if I'll take it somewhere to get that, or maybe I can find a good Subaru mobile mechanic that could actually come over and help me with that whole process. But that's going to be the biggest job so far, is doing the head studs. But I think after I do that, that should be a pretty solid build. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But just want to go over this turbo and the intake. And then, like I said yesterday, I originally put a deposit down on the BNR turbo, Bad News Racing. They're a company out of Georgia, I believe. And their turbo was supposed to be released here at the end of November for the VB. But I did reach out to them to try and confirm that. And now they said it's pushed back till either the middle or end of January of next year. So I canceled that deposit because I wanted to get this done sooner. And ended up, had a member on the WRX page on Facebook reach out to me, said he had this all brand new. He was going to end up selling his car, I guess, so he wanted to get rid of this. And I got an awesome deal on all of these parts here. I think on BCP's website, they all retail total for around $3,000. I got a hell of a deal on it, $1,900. So super excited to get this on. And I'll just go over some of the stuff. Unfortunately, I did reach out to BCP. They don't have any install guidance or instructions or anything on all of this. They said they're working on possibly coming up with something. It seems pretty straightforward. Once I get the stock turbo off, just to see on all the fittings and lines and everything on where all that stuff goes. I don't think it should be too hard to figure it out. And I do like how they send all these nice stainless lines for everything on here. And then you have all the fittings, banjos, whatever in here, copper washers. In here you got more hardware for the intake, extra studs. You got some other hose clamps here, some rubber hose, this other fitting, I'm not really sure what even that goes to. Got brand new gaskets for the downpipe and for the headers. Then also their own custom made turbo inlet here. And then you have this whole piece for the air filter. This thing's huge. I think it's one of the biggest ones out there on the market right now. This thing's a monster. Then you got for the AFR to go in there. And here's the air filter, which is K&N. This is an oiled filter. Look at the size of that opening on this thing. It's a 6-inch opening on this. And the piping and this whole diameter on this and the piping is right around 3.5 inches. So that's pretty big too. And I'm glad I got this with their custom intake, because if I just would have went with their turbo and then with the parent turbo inlet, I think there would have definitely been issues trying to get the parent's turbo inlet on there. I think somebody said you have to get it machined out bigger on the inside to fit. So with this, everything should mount right up, no problems. And I know I saw Overtake USA and Cobb is coming out with their own turbo inlet here shortly, and I think with Cobb's you can even change out the sleeve or something on the inside for either stock or aftermarket turbos with bigger openings. You can adjust that, which would be really nice. And then since I just did my downpipe and the Grimspeed headers not too long ago, I already have brand new studs put in and nuts, gaskets, anti-seize on everything, so everything should come back off really easy. You don't have to worry about any studs breaking or anything being seized up, so that should be pretty easy to do that. But just to go over the intake pipe here, this thing is pretty short. Does have your fittings on there for the evap hose and the other hose, I can't remember what it's called, that goes up. One goes to the AOS that I have, and the other one goes up underneath or in front of the alternator somewhere that connects in. I also reached out to BCP about the, with the parent turbo inlet where you have to run those other evap hoses or whatever and tap into stuff. They said, oh, those should be fine. And then I already have those, those two other lines you have to remove from the stock turbo inlet that has the coolant lines, and then just tie them into each other. So those are already good. Don't have to worry about that. So just have to basically, I guess, see how all this will install. And then again on this thing's just a monster 6-inch opening on this. And another thing I did check into is out here in Arizona, I like running the dry filters. And of course this is a oiled filter. And I did reach out to BCP about getting or seeing if there was a K&N dry filter option. And they gave me a part number for a company, I think they're called AFE out of California, and they have a dry filter option for this that I ordered the other day. I think it was about $93, so that's on the way for the dry filter. And I also reached out to K&N to see if they possibly had a dry filter. They needed some numbers here off the bottom of the molding, and then there's one on the top, and then they wanted the height of it without the flange, so it's about 5-inch tall filter. And got the couplings here, which will go onto the turbo inlet and then to the pipe, and then the other end of the pipe to the piece there that goes to the air filter. So here's the their turbo inlet here. Pretty simple, nice machine piece here all the way around. Then you'll have the O-ring that'll go inside of there. And here is the turbo. Already has some studs in it there. So all that right there, the wastegate. Then here's all the fitting holes. There's one right there, another one there, and then another one right there. So there's 3 different fittings in there. So I'll have to figure those out once I get the stock turbo off. And then that's where the charge pipe goes, top of there. I'm just gonna leave the tape on this for now because I don't want anything getting inside of it, obviously. And all of that there looks really nice. So yeah, hopefully end of next month I'll have this done, get the car tuned, see where it's at. If you guys have any questions on any of this, go ahead and let me know.